Hello, and welcome to Handled Ish Productivity for the Imperfect, a weekly podcast for those who want to elevate their productivity but are not looking for perfection. I'm your host, Betsy Hayes, and I am really happy you're here. And just a friendly reminder, in addition to the audio podcast on all the audio podcast platforms and the video podcast on YouTube, the video version is also now available on the KC/CBS 47 Plus app, which you can get on your television through Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, or a Samsung Smart TV. You can download that app and you can go to the lifestyle section and watch the podcast from there. So that's another extra little fun thing, and I'm really grateful for that. So this is episode 82, and I want to talk about why you are doing way better than you think you are. So if you've ever listened to this podcast, you know that at the end of every podcast, I always say the same thing. And I say, you are doing, well, I'm going to start this again, be a little more dramatic. I always say, take care, and you are doing way better than you think you are. Trust me. And I end every podcast with that for a couple of reasons. First of all, I like the consistency of it, right? I like to open and close the same way. It really makes my little organized brain happy. Second of all, I've received feedback that that's a very nice thing that people are enjoying. And thirdly, I believe it. I absolutely, with all my heart, believe that each one of you listening or watching is doing way better than you think you are. And so today I kind of wanted to elaborate on that because you might be thinking, where is your evidence, Betsy? You've never met me potentially, or you don't even know anything. Why would you say that? So I want to talk about this because I think it's really important. So first reason that I believe this is I just am such a fan of encouragement and support and lifting each other up, and a rising tide lifts all boats or ships. I'm actually not sure. It's a great saying regardless of whether we're talking about ships or boats. But the whole idea that when everyone is thriving, when someone is thriving, the rest of us, can thrive as well, right? Life is not a zero-sum game. There's opportunity for everyone to, do the thing, have abundance, all that. I just believe that so strongly. And so as a result, I kind of like the little bit of encouragement at the end of each podcast, because I think that is, something that we all should do, right? Is encourage each other and support each other and try to lift each other up as much as possible. Also, I think that as people, as humans, we are really hard on ourselves. And often we are so focused on the things that we believe aren't going well or aren't going as we planned, or God forbid, aren't going perfectly, which nothing typically goes perfectly, that we aren't really recognizing all the things that are going well. And so by issuing the reminder that you're doing way better than you think you are, I hope that it's an opportunity for all of us to reflect and, really recognize that that's a true statement, right? There's so much that we are doing well, and we want to focus on that a little bit more. And it's really important to remember that perhaps a little bit more frequently than we are now. Are we perfect? Absolutely not. Do we screw things up? Do we make mistakes? Yes. However, that is not all of who we are, right? And that is also not all of our contribution in any space. There's a lot of things that we are doing well. There's a lot of things that we're doing pretty well. And let's celebrate that. Let's remember that we are doing way better than we think we are, because we're so hard on ourselves that focusing on what we're not doing takes away from the emphasis about what we really are doing. So this is your nudge this week to do two things. First of all, this is your nudge to think about how you, as a human, can encourage and support someone, whether it's just a little text, a little email, a verbal, in-person type thing, just to remind folks that, what, they're doing a good job. right? Obviously, the more specific you can be about the good job they're doing, the more impactful that will be. That is one disadvantage, that I don't know everyone, that I can't be specific about why you are doing way better than you think you are. But contribute, right? Let's kind of start a thing where we just can encourage and support each other more. So that's nudge number one. Nudge number two is that as you are going through your week and perhaps you're getting a little hard on yourself and this didn't go right, or I didn't do this, or I said this wrong, or I should have said this, or whatever, right, that you're believing is imperfect, which again is everybody. Take a moment to reflect on the things that went well, right? The things that are going well, the things that you're doing well, the opportunities that you're creating for yourself. I think it's really important to have all of that. It's important to celebrate all the awesome stuff. And then as we reflect on the things that didn't go the way we wanted to, let's maybe try a little harder to use those more as learning opportunities than opportunities to beat ourselves up. So that's your second nudge. All right. Have the best week ever, because I truly do want that for all of us. I mean, why wouldn't I? That doesn't even make logical sense. And yeah, so take care. And remember, you are doing way better than you think you are. Trust me.